Hello, my name is Sean Wilkerson, and this is Hacker Eyes. Today we're going to talk about domain name registrars. If you're new to this channel, click the like button, hit the subscribe, help us grow this channel. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for spending some time with me. Now, domain registrars. Yes, I know, boring. So I'm going to try to go over this really fast and explain why I use Namecheap. For years, I used network solutions, left network solutions, went to GoDaddy, primarily because of pricing. Domain names were getting up into the $20 range. And GoDaddy came in with its $8 and $9. Boom. Okay, we're switching our domain names there because we had a considerable number of domain names that we controlled at that point. I've been with GoDaddy for so long that my account number is like way in like 5 digits, low 5 digits, if I remember right. And I actually had Bob Parsons, the owner, the founder himself, do a tech support ticket with me early on, to where he was actually on his way to dinner one night and called me to make sure things had straightened out. He called me from a payphone. That's how far back we're going here. Stayed with GoDaddy for years, and then they started offering all these services and everything else. I'm peculiar, but I also have some good, I believe, rationalizations for things. I do not host my domain names the same places I host the sites. In my mind, I want specialists. I want a company that does domain names to do domain names. I want a web host to do web hosting. And for SSL search, I want a company that does SSL search. That's all I want them to do, for a couple of reasons. One, they're specialists and are experts in those areas. They're not trying to be a jack of all trades or whatever. The other reason, it doesn't give you a central point of failure. If somebody gets that one login, they can take over your domain name, take the ownership of it. They can take over your hosting and also have your SSL search. So to me, spread it out. It just gives you a little bit of protection. Now, I eventually left GoDaddy for a few reasons. After moving all my domain names from GoDaddy from Network Solutions, primarily to save money. Because at that point, we were talking apples to apples. We're talking a domain registrar to a new and upcoming domain registrar, which was really upsetting everything and was doing a great, I think it was something that was extremely necessary and needed at that point. Years pass, GoDaddy begins offering other services, trying to check out. You feel like you're being bludgeoned. If you have one domain, it's a pain, it's tolerable, but when you have as many as 20 or 30, I don't remember how many we ended up getting up to, because not only did we have our own domain names, we also administrated all of our clients. So we had a number back then of domain names, and doing this over and over and over again, having to scroll down and hit skip, no thank you, and everything else, and feel like you're being punished because you didn't buy hosting and you didn't buy search and you didn't buy this privacy protection mechanism, on. I just wanted to check out. I just want to renew my domain and check out. Anyway, so that's where it began falling apart. Last nail in the coffin, I guess you could say, is when I was actually able to buy a domain name from their domain side of the company, and it gets aborted because of their auction side of the website wanted a domain name. Did a trouble ticket. They looked, couldn't figure what was going on. They saw where it was registered. They saw where I should be the owner. They also saw, for some reason, it ended up over here. It never got resolved. Had me pay money to back order in case it became available. So that was money just wasted on my part. But that was also money I spent to get a domain name I needed. But I was also paying for their mess up. So anyway, I began to look for another registrar. I found Namecheap. I like Namecheap. And last week I found out, or I should say, I was reminded on why I like Namecheap. I have a policy to where my clients, I want them to buy their domain name. I want them to go to the registrar. I want them to buy it. I want them to handle it. I want them to own it. I want them to be the billing contact, everything. This is because of a bad thing that webmasters used to do a lot. Some probably still do, where the webmaster will register your domain name and their name, and then bill their client for it. So the client is still the owner of that domain name, but what happens is this webmaster can hold the client hostage. You have to use our services. You have to pay our monthly maintenance fee, which is another scam more often than not. And basically, it's a power thing. And so we used to run a service called Website Rescue, where we would go in and we would handle these individuals on behalf of a client. And we recovered a number of domain names and got it back into control of the client. So my policy is the client buys a domain name. So I sent through one of my affiliate links, I sent a client to there to buy a domain name. And it took me 4 days to get access to the domain. Now, it's not bad. This is a good thing. Frustrating on my side, on my part. Touch stressful maybe on theirs. I don't know. They didn't indicate that. But it goes to show why I chose Namecheap, 4 or 5 years ago now. Now, I chose it from the owner's side of it, but from the person on the outside trying to get legitimate access to the domain, it's a pain. But see, that's the point. That's what you want. You don't want it easy. So here's what happens. They buy their domain name. I need to change domain name servers to point to their web host. And so I would go to the site, I'd put in their username and their password, and I'd immediately fire them off email. It has a level of built-in two-factor that doesn't involve cell phones or anything. It's just at that level. Just a login to the account requires the owner to say yes or no, but not just click a yes or no, but have a PIN. I believe it's a 6-digit PIN. And so you have 15 minutes from the time I'm logging in, email gets sent, they get the PIN, and either they have to email it back to me or I have to be on the phone. Well, we tried this a couple of times. It just wasn't working. They're busy. I'm busy. It just wasn't working. So finally, we got this perfect moment set up. It worked out, got in, added myself to administrator, so now it's added to my account so I can go in and administrate it. But they are still notified everything and whatever I'm doing, which is good. Now, next good thing about Namecheap. Not only does it protect your account, your domain name from somebody gaining unauthorized entry, it also provides a free privacy guard. Used to be WhoIsGuard. They've now recently switched to another provider. Does the same thing. Your name is hidden, your address is hidden, your email is hidden, your phone number is hidden, everything is hidden, so somebody can't come in and run a command, find out all that information, and then they start sending you spam letters right before your domain names due, saying re-register with us or register with us, or even better, my favorite one is, ooh, right now your domain's coming up. List your domain with us. They're not registering your domain. So I know a lot of people have gone through this stuff and had to go and try to get their domains after they expire because they thought they'd paid for them because of these scammers. And because Namecheap automatically hides all that. So, I mean, they do a wonderful thing about it. The other thing with Namecheap is cheap to get into if you're buying a new domain. But it's also fairly cheap, if not cheaper than most registrars if you just need to renew a domain. Namecheap also offers you an email account with just an email. So you don't have to use Gmail. You don't have to use Outlook or any of these web hosting things they're mining everything you type, every person you type it to, the keywords that you're using, and pictures, all of it. You can host it on your own site, so that's a plus. So their support structure between GoDaddy and Network Solutions are kind of different. GoDaddy, you can pick up a phone and probably have someone on the phone with it a little while. Other than I've never really had too many problems with GoDaddy didn't handle. The only one they didn't handle was the domain I tried to buy and their other system took it. after my purchase, and or I don't know how you want to say that. It was such a fluke. I checked out and then was notified no. I had it, owned it, and was told no. Automated systems doing this, fighting. Namecheap, on the other hand, I've never had to call them. I've had a couple of things I wanted checked out, I wanted looked at, I had questions, I just put a ticket in, and usually within 15 minutes I have a response, and within 24 hours it's been rectified. And with domain names, usually that's fine. You don't have anything crazy that you need to do. Namecheap has a knowledge base. They have a blog where they talk about different functions and features in the site. They even offer an affiliate program, which I have joined because I believe in the company. I believe in their product. I believe in, they're probably the best name registrar I've ever used. And I date back to before GoDaddy was even a business, before Bob Parsons even thought about it. That's how long I've been hosting domain names. Namecheap, you can get into a new domain name for as little as like 88 cents, $1, something like that for the first year. After that, it goes up to its normal price, but still you're only looking at, well, 10, 15 bucks. They have a low renew price, which we've discussed. They hide all your information. They do offer SSLs, but there again, I tend to go to an SSL cert company for SSLs. There again, I'm trying to separate attack barrier. I'm trying to spread this thing out so somebody just can't come in and do one thing. Yes, I recommend Namecheap. We currently have, I don't know, a dozen of our own domains there, and we've got clients that we administrate domains there. Because once I was in the client's domain, I just added myself as administrator with their permission. And so then it was piggybacked onto my account, so I can log straight in and change the DNS and everything else. And if at any time they want that gone, they just go in there and just turn that off, and I'm gone. I'm out of it. Namecheap offers the best of all three worlds. They give you a clean interface. They give you straightforward pricing as far as like domain names and such. Yes, they have the intro pricing, etc., etc. But so far, they've been a great company. Third, they protect your domain pretty much from every direction. Account access, changing it, or even trying to take ownership. I mean, just you have protection all the way around your domain name in ways that I never saw and still do not see with GoDaddy and other companies. This video helps you. Click the like button, share it to anybody. If you know a company, especially businesses or hobbyists, anybody who's just looking for a domain name, I'll have links down in the description. Have them click one of the affiliate links. That helps me out, doesn't cost you anything. Send them over to Namecheap. If they're that frustrated with GoDaddy, there again, have them bouncing my affiliate links. I'll be happy, and they're going to be a lot happier on the back end of it. And we all win. It's a win-win for everybody. So, this is Sean Wilkerson. This has been Hacker Eyes, and we'll catch you in the next one.